You want to make sure you hire an agency that solves your actual problem. A lot of agencies bolt on coaching, software, other resources in order to bring their value up. Your primary goal should be to generate lead or build your brand. And if you get other things in addition, that's your decision. But the agency's primary job is to be an advertising agency for you. Welcome to this week's episode of the Your Practice Mastered podcast. My name is Richard James, and today we're going to be talking about how to choose the right agency for your firm and the truth behind this whole marketing agency concept. I love advertising agencies. They are needed, essential in the world. The thing is, they call themselves marketing agencies, and that's not an accurate term. Law firms can create this idea of creating a brand for themselves locally. I agree with that, but we should do so while generating leads. And so remember, there's this umbrella where there is lead generation, advertising, and sales. Brand is created by having lead generation and advertising done properly that then converts to sales and you build your reputation. That's how this is accomplished. When they call it a marketing agency, they somehow suggest that they are going to do all of this for you. And the reality is they are going to be generating you leads. That's their primary job. In business, you can either figure out how to get more clients to grow your firm, or you can add value and charge more. It's tough for agencies to charge more. There are certain price elasticity in some agencies. How do they do it? So you've got some web agencies or marketing agencies, advertising agencies out there for law firms that will give area exclusivity to only one or two firms, and they'll charge $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000 per month per firm for that exclusivity. You also have firms on the other end of the extreme. They charge $800, $900 to work with a firm. They don't offer any exclusivity, and the only way they can make money is by using overseas labor. Really, what an agency is a labor swap. They put X number of hours into your account and you pay them Y number of dollars. And the truth is, most law firm agencies don't make more than 10%. Some a little better than others, but I'm aware of $100 million agencies in the legal space that aren't making money. I'm also aware of agencies in the legal space that weren't making any money, so they bolted on coaching, quote unquote. And now what they've done is they've suggested that they're going to coach their clients to be better law firm owners. The problem with that is they're usually not very good coaches. They usually hire people that have never done it themselves to give the advice. I have met with law firms who have worked with some of these other agencies that have coaching programs. They gave them a coach who is supposed to be a subject matter expert, and the law firm is A, not profitable, B, confused growth with success, C, overworked, working 70, 80, 90 hours a week, and D, just disorganized and structured, and they got bad advice. I met with a firm the other day that was working with a law firm agency that had bolt-on consulting or coaching practice. They were supposed to give them an outsourced CFO, and that firm went from making $1 million a year to losing $400,000 a year in 18 months because of the lousy advice of the CFO. That's almost criminal. It's almost negligent. It angers me because I'm in the advice giving business and your advice better be right. We have to follow the truth. So I had a client who came to me and says, hey, I'm trying to think about this new agency. What should I do? And I said, let's get to the facts. He gave me a whole bunch of reports for me to diagnose. And I said, what do you think the problem is? Well, the problem is the leads have fallen off. So I talked to him about where the leads came from. The leads were coming from referrals, vast majority. But he was generating the referrals. And because he was generating the referrals and he got busier when the firm got busier and he was trying to build his firm to scale, he had less time to go out and nurture the referrals. And the referrals kept dwindling. He doesn't have any more time. He wants to go find an agency. The problem is the agency didn't look at his data. Basic data was from 2022 to 2023, they went down 10%. From 2023 to 2024, they went down 30%. From 2024 to 2025, they went down 40%. Those are a number of leads per month at this firm. He went on to send me the proposal, and the proposal was all about how the firm was going to replace their CRM to their proprietary CRM. CRMs are designed to convert the leads you already have, not designed to generate leads. And then they talked about how they were going to have consulting and coaching. They were going to have sales training. That wasn't what he needed. What he needed was more leads. He already had sales conversion systems in place. Could he do a better job selling? Of course, most people can. Sometimes you don't need more leads. What you need is to convert them better. In this particular case, this law firm needed more leads. And this agency was selling him amounts to about a $900 or $1,200 a month package because they bolted on these other things. So you have to understand, what do you need? Do you need a CRM? If so, hire a company that works with CRMs. Do you need coaching or consulting? If so, hire a coach or consultant who knows what they're doing. And don't get coached by somebody who's never actually done it themselves. Make sure they're subject matter experts if that's what you need. And by all means, get consulting. There's a difference. Coaching is rah, rah, yay, go do a good job. And they walk alongside you. Consulting is, you ask me a question, I give you a subject matter expert answer. The most important thing is hire an agency that's going to give you what you need. I didn't say don't hire this agency. I said go back to them and say, listen, I appreciate your package. I don't need this. I just want this. How much to just manage my Google LSAs, my social media presence, my paper ads, my website, my SEO, my Google My Business. How much to do that? And I'll pay you to do that. You got to ask yourself, are you paying your agency to do what they're supposed to be doing for you? Are they generating you leads? And are they quality leads? Most legal leads are about the same quality. Sure, family law has more non-qualified. Sure, criminal has more non-qualified. But they all have reasonably good lead qualification scores. And when you start converting decent quality, you could get reasonable conversion numbers if you set your sales system up correctly. Most agencies can generate you good leads. Make sure that you solve the problem that the client has. In this particular case, the client had a lead generation problem. Nobody took the time to look at it. Nobody took the time to ask the right questions. He asked me and I gave him the answer. Now he went back and hopefully he got a good deal from them to go generate the things they need to generate. So many agencies are caught up in selling these other services. They forget the main reason they were there to begin with was to generate leads. So how do you go about building the choice for the right agency? You have to know clearly what you need, which means you've got to be doing some tracking on your own, right? So are you generating your PCLC? Do you measure how many qualified leads, how many set, how many show, how many hire, how many pay in full, what the client value is, and what to do about those different things in your sales process? Do you have your sales process locked in? And if so, then you just need more leads to pour into the top of the funnel. If you already have a sales team, do you understand how many leads you need to maintain your capacity? Or are you getting too many leads and you're flooding your capacity, which is sometimes just as bad? So are you getting what you need from your agency? And if not, you need to retool and start talking to your agency about what you need and about what quadrant are you going to build on. You're building referral development, which means you need help with social media and connection. Are you building paper lead, which means you're paying a company to generate you leads? Are you doing digital and all the things under the digital landscape? Or are you going to do more traditional like TV and radio and billboard and print and all those things? There's no wrong answers. You got to pick one, but you got to have the right agency for you. And so once you know what you need, go out there and build a better lead machine. Choose your right agency. Make sure you have your sales conversion machine in place, and you'll start watching your firm scale the right way. If you have more questions about this process, you can visit us at thelawfirmsecret.com. Grab some free tools. You can schedule some time to talk with us if you'd like. If you want to comment, like, or subscribe, you certainly can. But at the end of the day, I'd love to see you build your business better, one right agency at a time.